Hi everybody, BlockTech Ev here. In today's analysis, we're going to take a quick look at a few altcoins that has great potential. And we are going to start off the analysis by taking a look at Litecoin. It's going to be the first of four altcoins that has got some really good potential that we'll take a look at. And we are in the 3-day time frame. So we're kind of going to focus on more of a reaccumulation here and also what could be a good entry. And Litecoin just recently bounced off a very successful neckline support over here. And our next resistance is probably somewhere around 130-ish that we would have to break. At this point, the Phoenix ascending in the 3 days looking really great. So it seems like we can go up from here. And when we look at the charts, the first target will always be our 0.618 Fibonacci retracement. And from that point to where we are now, we can just look at least, if you have the patience, a 97% increase, which is definitely achievable for during this bull season. So that's 90% for our first target. And the second target will obviously be to get back to the previous all-time high, which I think we'll reach only a little bit later this year, but that is about a 246% increase. And also just from a clean chart perspective, the point at which Litecoin is trading right now is not a bad entry. Ideally, you would have wanted to buy somewhere in the zone, but we are trading pretty close to that zone still. And just from a pure chart perspective, a buying entry doesn't look any better than this because from here, we could very easily do something like, for example, over the course of time, we test this resistance. If you're lucky, you get another chance, and then we will carry on back upwards. So I don't really foresee us going any lower than this point over here. So either we've already bottomed out or you might be lucky and get one more chance. But it seems very likely that from here the bottom is very close and we will be heading to 130 or 140 next. All right, so that's a very bullish case for Litecoin over there. The next one we will look at is Loopring. LRCUSD tether in the 3-day time frame as well. This is also a really good entry point just in terms of a chart. As you can see, once again, I'm not very familiar with this coin's fundamentals, but we're pretty much trading here in the first ever resistance zone, which is now holding very well as our support. The Phoenix ascending is not looking as good as Litecoin, but it's still a bullish case for the 3-day time frame. We could probably be range trading for a while around this zone before we end up going back up during our next alt season, which should also be pretty close. So once again, a really good and low risk entry point over here. Just in terms of a clear chart perspective, I think this one's also pretty obvious. All right, the next one we'll take a look at is Luna US dollar tether, and we are also in the 3-day time frame. Now, not too long ago, we had made an update on Luna while it was trading at around 80, and we had a target for 140. Excuse me, and this target is still standing. Luna has been growing exponentially as a coin, and the coin market has definitely become a little bit more mature and a little bit stronger. This was just our previous analysis. We took a look at a very nice W pattern that it had made here. And we still have the target of the 1.618 Fibonacci extension. All right, after this point. So from here, it probably wouldn't be too surprising that Phoenix ascending is looking pretty bullish. Maybe we could go back up to 103 first, retest the support if you're lucky, and then ultimately go back up, because that is pretty much how Luna has been running. It hasn't been making very deep retracements. This was probably the deepest retracement that we had made. And this was also pretty recent. So what I foresee for the next immediate future is that we hit this 1.618 Fibonacci extension. All right, and even from where we are right now up until that point is a whopping 50%, all right, which is very reasonable, especially in the cryptocurrency market. It might take some patience to get there, but that is definitely a very achievable target in the near future for Luna. Some great potential there. All right, the next one we will take a look at will be the last one, ALGO US dollar. All right, we are in the 3-day time frame. Let me just move the chart up a bit. And once again, just from a clean chart perspective, this is also a pretty good entry in terms of our recent price action over here. We are from this point, which was February last year, we are trading in between the 0 and the 0.236, making it for an ideal reaccumulation zone, anywhere between these two zones. And then once again, the Phoenix ascending is looking pretty bullish in the 3-day time frame. It's possible that for the near term we go up to 0.95. It wouldn't be too bad if we come back and retest the support just one more time, although we did bottom out here. So I'm not really too worried about that. This does seem like a very clear, distinctive bottom because it has held us in the past quite a couple of times, proving to be a really good support for us at zero point 0.6. All right, but maybe we would just go a little bit lower to test another high, and then we would do something like that. Once again, probably not exactly how it would play out, but from a chart perspective, this seems to be a really solid bottom. Even if we had to test it again, I would expect a pretty decent bounce off of this level. And then just from where we are trading right now, if we had to go back to the 0.618, that would be a whopping 74%, right, which is a really decent increase. It's a all of these coins that I'm showing you is all about risk and reward. You would just need to have a little bit of patience. All right, because to try and enter, for example, let's say over here, to try and catch this, it's definitely achievable, but it is a very high risk trade. If you had to have an entry here, with a target at the 1.618, that would make for a very, very risky thing to do, a very risky time to enter the market. But over here is a very low risk entry, and you just would have to probably wait a little bit longer. But if we had to take it back up to the 1.618 from here, that would be a whopping 218%. All right, guys, that's it from my side. Check out our channels. Great content on there, lots of additional info, and feel free to hit like if you found this idea helpful. Thanks.